good. You know how we do it. You know how we do it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining tonight. If you were listening earlier, then you heard the beat making. That is the background music for this right now. Yeah, it's a nice little bop. We're going to discuss something that I feel like needs to be discussed, and that is the situation going around with people who are clickbaiting you based upon expectations of unrealistic things. Like, for example, tonight, the topic will be about people who tell you how to blow your YouTube channel up without actually doing it now, right? It's a very sensitive thing for me because I've got more than one channel. In my family, we've got more than one channel. We've got numerous channels. My wife is YouTube famous, in my opinion. She may not believe it. She might not claim it, but I believe she's YouTube famous. People recognize her from when she walks out in public. They're like, oh, yo, that goes so-and-so and so-and-so. I mean, actually, they don't know so-and-so. They say her real name, which is funny. But she's an influencer for sure, and she's very, very popular with a lot of people or whatever, right? And so I just wanted to say this tonight. Like, when you're seeing these people who are talking about blowing up on YouTube, blowing up your YouTube channels and stuff like that, you got to ask yourself like one simple question, like on some real stuff, like if it works so well, why don't you start a YouTube channel from scratch that has nothing to do with what you're selling and you do it? I don't think they can. And I was thinking about it. I was like, how many people have YouTube channels that are just in different realms, completely different realms? I don't mean like a podcast and a main channel. I mean like you got a cooking thing you're doing over here, and over here you surf or something like that. I'm sure somebody probably does. Let me know in the comments below if that's the case. But they're probably not trying to tell you how to grow your YouTube and how to do all this stuff like this. My background is technology, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have been in technology professionally for a very long time. I believe that programmers and music producers go together like peanut butter and jelly. I just feel like it makes so much sense together. It's beautiful, okay? It's like a major 7 chord on a beautiful day, all right? It's just gonna make you feel good. That being said, man, it kind of makes me upset because when you listen to these people and you realize something about it, like, they're just selling you the dream. It's kind of like, I was watching this movie last night called Pain and Gain, right? And it's the movie with Mark Wahlberg, The Rock, and Anthony Mackie in it. And it's based upon a true story loosely about some guys in Miami who basically one of them goes and like gets hooked on this guy named Danny Wu. I think that's the guy's name. And basically like he creates this, he has a saying, I forgot what the saying was exactly, but you know, like one of those motivational things, right? Now, you see people all the time like looking at motivational videos and all kinds of things like that, which is all good because I feel like there's a place for that and I feel like it does have a purpose. But at the same time, though, where's the substance to it, right? So once you get past the motivation of like, okay, I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna set this up, you try to figure out, okay, well, I just put this video out, I just did this thing, but I'm not able to actually like get anybody to watch me doing what I do or following what I'm doing. And you start doubting yourself because you don't really know where to go. And most of these people who are like YouTube gurus when it comes to how to make your YouTube channel blow up, they're usually following either some big non-specific blogger guy, right? It used to be like, what's the guy with the big nose? Casey something. And then you got Peter whatever. And then you got a bunch of other people who have come, and I think now the big guy is Mr. Beast, right? So Mr. Beast does challenges all the time. That's what he does. Fine, cool. He's like a game show host, reality TV YouTuber, cool. But everybody can't be Mr. Beast, nor do they want to see Mr. Beast. And there's so many more other contents out there. You can't chase Mr. Beast. So when somebody tells you, hey, niche down, it's like, why? Unless you're specifically trying to sell a product, why would you niche down? Like for me, example, right? I do music. I do cars. Well, I don't do cars, but I have cars. I do a lot of technology. Like there's so much about me. I'm a very diverse person, right? So when this channel first started, when I first started uploading music to this channel way back in the day, you know, that was what I was doing as a passion. I was trying to blow up off of that, right? But now I've shifted and I'm not trying to blow up off of music anymore. I'm just trying to give you guys information, right? And so I struggled for the longest to try to figure out what exactly was my niche. Like, what can I do that would help get me to the next level and have some success on here? And actually, my biggest goal for the longest was trying to get monetized again, because YouTube straight up just went with my monetization and was not giving me any of the money. But one thing that I started noticing was that as I was trying to niche into music, people really don't care. People don't care. Not because the music wasn't good, but because I am not a famous person, right? If I were a famous person, then I could do this and have a nice following and interact and have people all up in the chat room going back and forth like that, though, you know? And that's where it kind of gets to a point where you start to get discouraged. And even with music, I've dealt with being discouraged because I've struggled with singing live. I've struggled with playing live. I've struggled with letting loose live. I've had a lot of struggles with music that I had to overcome. That's why I'm so confident in myself today, because I built myself up over so many failures in so many years. And Patrick, you know what I'm talking about with that. Like, we had to sit there and work and work and work and work and work, tearing ourselves down, having other people tell us what we weren't good at. Most people don't go through that, but it's valuable. It's valuable. And when a YouTube guru who's telling you how to grow your channel is telling you to niche down, it's not that easy unless you're selling a product. And even at that, like, if you're selling a product, then you're gonna have a specific lane. You can target on that little thing you're doing, right? Like, we do real estate. In real estate, we focus on real estate. Okay, great. That's easy, right? You should just focus on real estate, talking about real estate. On the flip side, though, music. How do you get somebody to listen to your music? That's always been a problem, even before the internet. How do I get people to come to my show? I can't, right? How do I get people to buy my record? I can't, right? If I get them to sit down and see me live, I can get them to buy it. But getting them in the door, that was always the hardest part. Most of the time, people who bought my records weren't people who I invited to my show. They were people who just showed up. So now we're talking about the internet, and you can click on and off something so fast. It's not even like, it's not even, you're fighting with basically ADHD culture, right? I mean, people are used to clicking fast. That's how it goes. So keeping somebody's attention for more than 5 seconds is that's kind of amazing nowadays. And like I've said before, if you're horrible, then you can do it. If you're good, then it kind of gets like, it's like whatever, right? Because we see greatness all the time. Greatness isn't even exceptional anymore. We live in an age where greatness doesn't even matter. If you suck, I might need to watch this. If you suck, if you're getting beat up, if something bad's happening to you, I might have to watch that. I don't know. We probably need to think about that as a culture. Why is that so popular? Why is that the thing, right? But all that being said, though, I just had the realization that these people are not showing and proving what they're saying. They're selling a product. See? They're selling their product. Their product, be it their revenue on their page, that's one form of revenue for them. Their courses, that's another form of revenue for them. But they're not actually explaining what's going on. And I don't expect somebody who's non-technical to explain what's going on, because anytime you break something, as a matter of fact, let's break it down right now. There are two elements at play in YouTube right now. There is a technical element, which is the YouTube platform. And then there's the human element, right? So as a programmer myself, I will say this. Whenever you're making a program, you have to think about how the humans are going to react to it. How is it going to be used, right? And then even if you think it's going to be used this way, it could be used upside down, a different way, and it could catch on that other way, right? So you have to stay, pay attention to that. But that being said, though, one thing that I noticed is that my biggest video wasn't about music. Let me pause the music real quick so you guys can hear me on that one. My biggest video on my channel isn't about music. My biggest video on my channel, I'm going to show you guys right now. The biggest video on my channel, the one that brings me the most money every single month. I'm going to let you guess it. I'm going to give you 3 seconds to guess. You got 3 seconds to guess it. 3, 2, 1. My biggest video is, where's my advanced analytics set? I don't even see it up on here real quick. My biggest video is about a truck bed. Yeah, a truck bed. Legit. It's about a truck bed. Like that's what it is. It's about a truck bed. Let me show you real quick. So these are my biggest videos right here, right? Literally a truck bed. Duralana truck bed. How's that feel? So this is a music channel. And then the second biggest video is this one. My X5M. I don't even have that car anymore. I sold that, what's 2002? I sold that 5 years ago, right? This one right here was a requested video that somebody asked me for, this mix mode thing, and it actually did okay. But this one by and large, and actually this one for the longest. Now let me tell you something funny about this video right here. This video right here, I filmed it at my old house with my cell phone, and legit, I'm not even lying to y'all, I didn't spend more than like a few minutes just even working with it, right? That's just me. I mean, it was cold, my old house, got my old gym up in there. That's all I'm doing, y'all. All I'm doing is removing a sticker. I'm showing people how to remove a sticker off my car. That's the #1 video on a music channel, is removing a sticker off a car. Now, look at the number of views. It's got 45,000 views. I have not boosted this. I haven't done anything to this. This is just because people are looking how to get an emblem off the car. How the hell did I know that's going to pop off like that? I didn't know that. Literally, and this is the day I broke my phone. Really bad. Like, I literally broke it while filming this. But let's see. Look at that. It ranks high. Damaged emblem, #1. Replace an emblem on BMW 12. It used to be 1 in a lot of these things, right? Like, why? I don't even think I did a good job with that, but I did it, and it made me money. But this one made me the most money. And it's funny because this one is like me at my old house with my truck on a cell phone video. Matter of fact, this wasn't even like with a good, one of those anti-shake stabilization joints, right? This is just me walking around with my thing, talking about my truck bed liner, right? And this one blew. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. None of my stuff about actually helping people get smarter in the music industry, none of my stuff about any of that does anything. So it kind of got me thinking. People want to know about products, right? People, from a larger standpoint, the algorithm doesn't seem to care about a niche. It just cares about, do people watch it? So it's like, that's the key. Do people watch your video? People were watching this video. The retention on that was pretty high. If I were to go to the engagement on this, audience retention, let's see engagement. It's pretty well watched for the most part. This is pretty good. Almost 4 minutes in, people watch it for like 4 minutes. See, this is kind of like what I was saying. There's this thing that happens on the internet where something gets said that's not the truth. It gets repeated, and it gets repeated enough where people think that that's the truth, but it's not the truth. So let me take it a step further and kind of explain it to you. So we've already determined this. Niching doesn't matter. Just put out content that people want to watch. So if that's the case, then your reaction to that and my suggestion should just be, don't think about it, just do something. My 2 biggest videos are filmed with the cell phone. You don't need a expensive webcam like this to do this, right? You don't need that. You don't need a beautiful microphone like this to do this. You damn sure don't need all the stuff that's in this room in here, this music studio, to do all that stuff, right? It's kind of unnecessary. So let's just take it a step further, man. Like there's stuff that I've spent hours on, got no views, none at all, man. And that's disheartening, and it stops you in your tracks, right? And you sit there and you say, well, damn, I done spent 4 hours working on recording, editing, and then posting the video, right, with the descriptions, only for people to not watch it. But then I just film something with my cell phone and it works. So the second thing there is you gotta lower your expectations of yourself and just film it with what you got. If you got a cell phone, film it with a cell phone, get it out, right? Gary Vee, he has a good point. He's like, production over perfection, 100% legit true. And that's what I'm doing this month. I call it the 30 for 30. You can take that from ESPN, I guess. Basically, I'm just doing 30 videos this month, and I'm following that rule. But one thing I do want to talk about real quick, just to add on some stuff to it. I'm giving y'all some gold here, man, because I'm not making this stuff up. So let's break this down one more time from a technical standpoint. We're going to explain what the hell's going on here. Why is it? And this is an incognito page, so this is basically like no cookie, right? It's not listening to me like my phone does. It's not reading my emails like the Google Gmail stuff does and matching it to your Google avatar or ID or whatever you want to call it, right? This is legitimately just the most popular videos, and I think that you would probably want to watch it based upon your location. Okay, so YouTube has this thing like different pages, right? And you've heard people talk about the YouTube algorithm, but it's not so much a single algorithm. It's a bunch of different algorithms on different pages. And it's for different reasons. So if you remember back in the day, we used to have like the people we were subscribed to, they would pop up on our page, right? And we'd be like, oh, okay, yo, I'm gonna keep checking out Prodigy Music Man's video. Okay, cool. It keeps getting recommended or whatever, right? Okay, cool. But at the same time, though, they figured out if they suggest it based upon learned behaviors, as far as like what it is you like to watch and find other similar content, then they can actually keep you on the channel, on the website longer, or the application longer, or whatever YouTube platform you're on, right? Like that's what they've done. So this niching down thing, it works really well for searching, but it doesn't work good for like being discovered, right? Because whatever you're being discovered on usually is something that's relevant to the day. I did a video a long time ago about like when Google and YouTube went down, right? And that video did pretty well, but I think in one day that video got me like 200 subscribers or something crazy like that, but it only lasted for like 48 hours because the issue was pretty much resolved. But what happened was YouTube went down, and I made a video explaining like why it went down, because I work in tech and I know what happened. I could tell just based upon the behavior what was going on. So that blew up there, and that kind of shocked me because again, that was literally like a non music topic on my channel. So if most of my stuff that's in the top 10 on my channel isn't music related, but is people are watching it, then what kind of channel do I have? I don't know. But what it really means is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of channel I have. Let's get the music back in. It doesn't matter what kind of channel I have. All that matters is that I'm putting out content, period, that people want to watch. So yeah, all these different pages have different algorithms. They keep changing it all the time. I mean, it's just like any type of thing. Let's go ahead and close this. It's like any type of thing where you have like a constantly evolving, trying to get better algorithm, where they're just trying to keep people on the platform so that you can keep watching, so that they can keep selling you stuff. Remember, if it's free, then you are the product. That is how that goes. I'm shutting this down at 10 o'clock because I got to go to the gym and work out. Got to stay working on my fitness. But I want you guys to just think about it and question some of the stuff that you're seeing out there, because it ain't right. Anyway, I'm Prodigy Music Man. Talk to you guys later. Peace.